All right, Britt, thanks for sitting down tonight. Hooray, hooray. So yeah, let's just jump in and talk about Vic that everyone's going to get to know. The simple side is she is a hearth warden, so kind of a warrior chef, I guess you could kind
Yeah,
of
you
say,
go.
right? Homemaker warrior, dwarf. What does she look like? Give us a physical description head to toe.
So yeah, Vikrik Barnbeard is of classic dwarven stock. Like she's built like a ton of bricks. She's got just the most luscious red sideburns, like calloused hands from working in a kitchen and wielding whatever comes to hand for good or for business, right?
Right.
Um, but approachable. Like her
Okay.
smile is warm. She wants to bring you in. She wants to cook you a meal. She wants to make sure you're taken care of.
Like
But don't
long
start
hair?
her
Is
wrong.
she braiding? Is she braiding her
Oh,
hair, just letting it
braids.
go wild?
So
Okay.
many braids. She
So
probably
many
spends
braids.
hours on it.
Beads, you do like some beads and stuff in it, or like the like charms, or just straight up
Yes.
braids? Good
Right?
enough.
Shells from home. We're
Oh, I like
talking.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
Just to keep it out of the food.
Yep,
All
keep it
right, I
out of
like
the
that.
food. Got that little jingle, right? Who doesn't love the sound of seashells?
And what is she on a normal day, what is she wearing?
So Vic keeps a very standardized wardrobe, and that's mostly
Okay.
because if it's going to get stained or burned or something, she needs to be able to change right back into it. She needs to be visibly identifiable where she's working because hearth wardens don't own their own business. They come and help other dwarves or people who have wanderlust maintain their businesses while they're away, right? When you have a long-lived race, you don't want to give up the familial business, the winery, the in the tavern, just so you can go and see the world. So you hire a hearth warden to take care of things. So she wants to be able to be found. She wants the patrons to know who she is, and they need to know she's in charge because it might not have been the face that they've known for 20, 30, 50, 100 years.
Oh, I like that. Let's dive into that a little bit more because, I mean, the way we're building our world, we're kind of building as we go. So, talk a little bit about how this fits into dwarven culture.
So much like an artisan is accepted in, I don't know, traditional American society, it's like, that's nice, dear. You'll eventually find something that's a little more solid that you can maybe do for a little longer, but you have
Okay.
fun on your like Rumspringa equivalent. Um, she's been doing it for a long time, and her parents are really ready for her to like just be an adventurer or settle down already.
What do they do? What do your parents do?
They're merchants, so they're sailing. Vic's seen more of the seas than the inside of a cave for most of her life. Her family just if it can be sold or bartered or traded, they love seeing people. That's one of the reasons she was drawn to Hearthwarden work because she gets to see new people. She gets to get out there. She has some relationships with some of the party already when they come in because she's just been around. They hire her to work at an inn for 5 years, 2 years, 10 years. She just bounces around.
And so, where are you kind of in your, I don't know, dwarfitude age, and how do you fit in with the rest of your family or your clan? How established are you?
So Vic is what I refer to affectionately as like mom aged, right?
Okay.
She's that age where she could have kids. She doesn't because of her just wander-loving lifestyle, but she's also like her entire family has that sort of just got to get up and go. So she's not quite even sure like how big her family is. She's still occasionally finding brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, in this sort of diffuse dwarven network of merchants.
Oh, now that's interesting. You're kind of like a dwarven Mary Poppins that you pop in, you you fix
Well,
everything. No, no, I like that. So it sounds like you were raised on the islands or maybe like at sea. That's where you kind of grew up. What when the first time that you came to one of the human, halfling, there's a couple of dwarves that live there. When you first came to one of those towns as a younger dwarf, what was kind of the culture shock that you saw when there's all these buildings and there's not there's not trees and there's not all this nature. It's this civilization that's built up. What was your kind of first reactions?
What do you mean you sleep on a bed and not a hammock? Why would you sleep on the ground? That is the weirdest thing. So you'll always find wherever Vic sets up, she just heaves the bed out and puts up a hammock because she always wants to feel like she's swaying when she's sleeping because that feels like home.
I like that. I like that. Okay. And then do you still get back to the islands when you can? Is the plan that you do this and then you go back home with the experience? Or no, this is a profession that you could do until you settle down or for the rest of your life?
She hasn't found anything yet that speaks to her more. So some dwarves, they're brought up in the family business and they go into
Right.
the traditional smithing or candle making or merchant work, and she loves being on the ship, but she hasn't found her niche. Like there's nothing that she particularly wants to sell. She enjoys meeting lots of people like you would, but she's still looking for that certain something or maybe someone. Um, there's a lot of world to explore in her eyes, and she's excited to have the opportunity.
No, I like that. So then talk about, it sounds like with these hearth wardens, and what can hearth wardens be both male and female in the dwarven culture? Okay. So,
Absolutely.
there can clearly be plenty of different kinds of hearth wardens. You could go be, good at doing this kind of work or that kind of work. It sounds like for you, you may have done, a little bit of trade here and there, but you've kind of settled on, you like the baking, you like the cooking, you like the brewing, you like the serving, you like the running, maybe the management side of, the chaos of getting everything ready, getting everybody in their beds. Were you drawn to that, or were you kind of thrust into that and you found that you liked it?
So when Vic was on ships, um, she was drawn to the organization. Like a ship has order, it has rhythm. There are people that need to be told what to do, but they also need to be taken care of. And her family had that figured out on the ship. So when she came back to these small towns and uh, human civilization instead of dwarven sailing culture, it was very much like, what do you mean there's nobody to keep things organized for you? I'll do it. Yeah, pay me and I'll do it. Heck yeah, this sounds great.
Does Vic have a feeling of like, I'm a dwarf, I do it better than you, and so I kind of need to be here because you humans and halflings and ogres, like you don't know how to do it, so you need me here to put you in order? Or and if yes, is that like a confidence thing or like an arrogance, like a dwarven arrogance thing? What do you think about that?
Oh, that's a really good question. It's always fun to think about your character flaws, right? Because that's the
Yeah.
place where the development happens. And I see Vic's development. Yeah, she's curious. She's got the wanderlust. I can see some arrogance being in there. She's probably in her, many years of doing this, overestimated her abilities and overcommitted in the past. But she probably still thinks that every business would benefit from some dwarven touches.
Has she had any kind of problems when someone's like, oh, hey, you need to do it like this? Does she kind of like roll her eyes because she knows she can do it better and then realizes, well, wait, maybe I can learn from these humans? Like, have you had some experiences like that?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm thinking of you as, little young waddling around, maybe they called you Vicky as you're waddling around the ship getting your sea legs. Did you just like, exactly. Did you just like spend time in the kitchens? Were you like, why baking? Why brewing? How did you learn that skill and get, I mean, because you are good and you're able to even use that to a greater ability than, a normal chef could. So how did you figure that out?
So, yeah, Vicky was underfoot as a child. You could not keep her out of your business, even if you wanted to. She just had a way to like get where she wasn't supposed to be and probably abscond with something interesting. She had a whole like little rat's nest in the hold full of like large wooden spoons and little bits of kitchen ingredients. She's like playing kitchen, making a mess, starting fires, that sort of thing. Like she's up in it.
So like self-taught, you're watching, you're learning. You didn't need anybody to say, here's how you stir. You just knew this is the right way to stir. This is the right, amount of salt we need. Yeah, something deep inside you let you know and taught you how to do these things. And I like that. So what are her
Like,
long-term goals? I mean, we've kind of touched on them, but you've worked some good jobs. Sounds like you're working here at the Bear Cave at Bear's tavern. Maybe you've been here for, a couple years, but you don't really want to settle in, maybe, or maybe you do. Maybe you're getting comfortable, maybe you're getting uncomfortable that you are comfortable. Like what's the 10, 20, 100 year Vic gonna look like?
She's always got her ear to the ground for the next thing. And that's one of the beautiful things about working in inns and taverns. You get to interact with all the adventurers and get all the juicy gossip and dirt. She loves being a purveyor of dirt. Like, there are multiple adventurers that have gone on quests because Vicky's like, I need this. Get it. I'll pay you.
Or like
Um,
gossip, you're like a gossip master. You kind of just like listen, even maybe when you're not supposed to. Are you selling? Like, is there kind of a shady side where you sell any of this information, or that's dishonorable?
you asking?
No, I'm just trying to see, how because we have an interesting dwarven kind of culture, right? Because the traditional dwarves, it's grudges, it's honor, it's family, it's clan. But here, since they've been driven out of their ancestral homes, it's almost like this pirate merchant. We've separated back into our clans, and I feel like some of the I don't know, the piratey kind of culture could seep in there, and there could be some selling of information or the hoarding of treasure. I mean, that's kind of a dwarven thing as well.
She enjoys collecting, right?
That's
Vikrik has a huge pack full of kitchen utensils. She has a history of amassing things she thinks she's need. Knowledge is just as valuable as gold or
Does she
tea.
keep it all up here, or are we journaling and documenting and cookbooks and
She's pretty quick, but she has a scrapbook.
okay.
And
Oh, okay.
there it's like the gossip scrapbook,
The gossip ledger.
the
So
gossip
yeah,
ledger.
I
Yes.
like that. I like that. All right. Well, I think that gives us a pretty good picture of who she is and what kind of motivates her. I want to finish off by letting you kind of turn into Vic for a second here. So
Okay.
get in that mind frame there. Get your mutton chops on. And I'm going to rapid fire hit you with 10 just kind of fun questions. And I want you to right there in Vic's mind just blast me off one or two word answers so we can maybe see how you're feeling. You sound good?
Well, hey howdy, hey, let's go.
Here we go. All right, Vic, what's your favorite color?
Favorite color. Oh my gosh. So there's this really lovely shade of copper right after you polish the pot. Love it.
Ah, shiny copper. Do you believe in fate?
Fate? Mm,
Yeah.
maybe if you need to grasp at straws, but take it as it comes.
What does a person need to be happy?
That's a very personal question. We just met.
All right. Okay. You're keeping that in the gossip thing. Cakes or pies?
Oh, if you don't like cake, I don't know if we can be friends.
I expected you to say both, but I'll accept cake. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Well, I know I've had lust at first sight, but love,
Mm,
that's something you work at.
okay. I like that. What's your favorite type of muffin?
Anything with a strudel topping,
Polka dots or stripes?
polka dots, no contest.
Would you eat bugs?
Already have.
Well, there we go. That answers that one. What is the most boring thing ever?
When the bard is telling just the dumbest story and you're thinking, are we in epilogue yet?
Right. Have you ever stolen anything, Vic?
I don't think I need to answer that one. That's self-incriminating.
Okay. All right. That is self. You're going to plead the fifth there. All right. Well, good. Well, Vic and Britt, thanks for spending the evening with me. And yeah, excited to see both of you in games in the future. So
Thanks
thanks
for
again.
having me. A delight.